Kaduna and Ogun states are so far the worst hit by rainstorm this year. The Director General of NEMA, Mr. Mustapha Yunusa, indicates the importance of paying attention to warnings from NIMET and taking precautions rather than wait till the disaster occurs.
But the most important thing is the relevant agencies like NIMET has already informed the nation of possible flooding. They emphasize more on rainstorm and windstorm, which we have recorded a major one along the axis of Bauchi and Azare. You are aware of the windstorm that really affected Bauchi State. So as for the flooding, or rather heavy rain, we have one last weekend in Abeokuta, and we have another here. These are the major ones so far we have recorded. There are other smaller ones across the country, but these are the major ones we have so far recorded. And we are doing all we could to ensure that the first primary responsibility is to provide succor to the people, which we have been doing effectively well. Well, there is a conventional way which is agreeable internationally as regard to early warning issues. One of them is to enlighten the people in various means. Media is one of them, jingle is another, and so many other with which the agency is responsible and has been doing it in collaboration with state management agencies. So far, we have been doing it and it's going well.
One major issue the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has discovered in the wake of the devastating flood is that people build structures on water channels, thereby impeding the free flow of water.
Well, actually, I don't think there are major challenges as regard to dam. The dam management is okay. Where there are challenges is when there is serious, heavy downfall. All the channels have been blocked. People build along the river course. Sometimes the floodplains, buildings have been erected along the floodplain. These are serious issues. We are going to work with the relevant state ministries to ensure that enforcement of various laws against such kind of activities are made. The problem we have is enforcement. We don't have the mandate of enforcement, but we will work with the relevant agencies in the state and federal to ensure that enforcement are done properly, so that in the future these kind of things will be drastically reduced or even eliminated completely.
The Director General of the agency, however, adds that preliminary investigation shows that it was a flash flood following the release of water from the Jibia Major Dam.
Maybe somewhere, somehow, a very big quantity of water was released, because this is where, what we observe, the level of water reached above 3 meters. Most of the houses around that area were flooded for that time. The mud houses that are cut off in this flood, before it receded, they all went down with the people inside. So far, 49 people were reported to have died. Over 60 people are unaccounted for. It was believed that the water really, they were drawn in the water and were taken further the river course. So many lives existed. It was reported over so many houses. We are carrying out assessments, particularly those houses that collapsed. You cannot even know how many for now, because they're completely down to the ground, because they are mud houses, soaked for 3 hours or 2.5 hours. One can imagine what could have happened. It was a devastating disaster. It was really an incident that happened, and we really sympathize with the people of the government of Kaduna State and the people of Kaduna State for what had happened. And I believe, as what the Vice President has said on behalf of the President, the government will do all it could to ensure that these things does not happen in the future.
Mr. Ashiru Mohammed is an engineer at the Ecological Service Department of Kaduna State Ministry of Environment. He blames the blockage of water channels, poor town planning, and climate change as the major causes and effects of flooding. Engineer Mohammed hints about the World Bank-assisted project on erosion and water management project in the state.
All these activities are part of him because it names as Nigerian Erosion and Watershed Management Project. With this project, we are hoping, and by the grace of God, a lot will be done in order to protect. As we are here now, under that project, we have over 110 sites submitted to the World Bank for their clearance that will be constructed or done all over the state, within all the local government that we are having. So this incident that happens, we are still coming back to have a record on the incidences and then report back to the World Bank so that we see how they can give us another additional assistance apart from the first ones that are with them for clearance. That is the main effort now. The work were carried out in 2 years' time. That is 2016-2017 year or period, because the proper work was carried out into a segment. The first segment was carried out in 2016-2017, which covers a total length of about 350 meter reinforced concrete line drain with the provision of both culvert and vehicular slabs and the access slabs and the laterite filling. Then the second segment was carried out in 2017-2018, which is currently now going on, which it has not been completed. We are still in the progress of the work, but so far the progress had reached about 85%, and that covers about a total length of 650 meters of a reinforced concrete line drain also, from where the first segment stops, then that is from where the second segment continues up to the end. It ends into the river after the village, and there are other catchment or tributary channels or hands that comes into the main drainage. For the main drainage, we have the width of about 2 meter by 1.5 height,